In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing you guys one of the most underrated SMGs in PvE right now. Man, this gun absolutely shreds NPCs to pieces. You can get through control points quickly and your missions and get what you need to farm for. Now, I haven't been on this channel for a while. I know guys, I've been slacking, but sometimes, like I said before, you got to take that break to come back stronger, and this is what I'm doing now. I'm posting again, I'm feeling the division a little bit more, and you'll see me more in the dark zone for sure. But with this video, I'm just going to be showcasing you one of my favorite PvE builds as of right now. I tested it out and I enjoyed it, so I thought, you know what, it's something different. Let me showcase it on the channel. So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it highly. I appreciate everyone that's still been sticking by on the channel, watching my old videos, liking my videos, commenting on old videos. I appreciate that a lot. But please, if you're new, hit the like button and subscribe. It's going to help out the algorithm. Let's get to 15k subscribers. I'm really going to push it this year. I have to, man. I just have to. I can't let this channel just sit here. No longer. No more. No more. Alright, let's dive into this build. Man, check me out, man. Look at me. I'm all swagged out. I got the blue going on. People can't tell me I ain't got the drip in this game. I'm sick and tired of people saying I ain't got the drip, man. Check this out. Enough of that anyway. Enough is enough, man. Like, I don't want to waffle too much for you guys. I know you're going to get bored and going to unsubscribe and all of that jazz. But listen, this is the build, okay? Now, this is very different to anything I would usually post. So please bear with me on this one. You're probably looking at this like, what the hell is this? But to be honest with you, I really wanted to experiment and make, how can I put it? I really wanted to experiment and make worthwhile out of this weapon, and this is what I came up with a build like this, with a gun like this. So for the specialization, I am actually using the gunner specialization, which is going to give us that 10% armor on kill on top of my specialization tree with the SMG, giving us the extra 15%. Now that's the two things that I'm looking out for with this build for that specialization, and that's why I've gone towards it. Now for the weapon, we are using the MP7. This gun in Division 1 was, oh man, it was my favorite weapon. So this is where I got the inspiration from. I thought, you know what, I actually haven't really done an MP7 build on Division 2. I probably have in the past, but it wasn't really thought out as well as this. So we have 109k damage on this gun. We're sitting at 1093 RPM and we have 40 in the mag, okay? Now the rolls on here are not too bad, but let's just dive straight to the talent. Why have we gone towards in sync? Because, man, if you're using a gun that's not really used as much in the game, you want to make sure you get the most damage out of it, okay? So hitting an enemy grants 15% skill damage for 5 seconds. Using a non-shield skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants 15% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Damage increases are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time. Okay, so this is what we're going to be utilizing with our skills, with our striker drone. I'll get into that in a minute, but I just really wanted to read that talent out because some of you, I know you may be new to the game, some of you may not be, but I just thought it has to be done sometimes. So that's why I've gone towards in synced. Now for my secondary, we are using the Lady Death. Again, I can just quickly switch to this and burst the NPCs out the way, okay? Now we have a very important aspect to this build, which I'm going to get into in a second, but let me explain what pieces I have on this build. So we have 4-piece striker, we have 1 Coyote's mask, and we have 1 Sokolov piece. Now, what does the Coyotes give us? Okay, so this is a exotic mask which gives us weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and a mod slot or crit damage there. We have a talent, okay, here called Pack Instincts. So you and all allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. Okay, so from 0 to 15 meters, we're gonna automatically gain plus 25% critical hit damage. Now that is only the important part for this mask, for this build. The other attributes there you can read, but this is the only reason why I've gone with this mask, because we're gonna get that extra critical hit damage, which is gonna increase our damage overall. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, why have we gone towards striker? Well, I'm gonna tell you the 2 main important things why I've gone towards striker. Now 2 pieces actually give us 15% weapon handling, so that's actually going to be good. And 3 pieces, the most important part, is going to give us that 15% rate of fire. Now with the MP7, we're not normally sitting at 1000 RPM, but because of Striker, we're able to sit at 1000. And the same with the Lady Death, we're sitting at 1000. Now that's gonna be a lot of burst damage, especially if you're using all of this stuff to synergize together, including in sync, all of that sort of stuff. Having rate of fire added onto that is gonna be absolutely, man, it's amazing, not gonna lie. Now for the fourth piece, what does it actually do? Weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. 1 stacks lost per second between 0 and 50 stacks. 2 stacks lost per second between 50 and 100 stacks. So what do we actually have rolled on this chest piece? We have weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage. As you can see, we are very squishy. So throughout this whole build, I am just going towards absolute damage. Now it's very risky, but I'm gonna get into that in a second. Now for the talents on the chest piece, what does it actually come with? Now it says here, it increases our max stacks for Striker's Gamble from 100 to 200. 3 stacks lost per second between 100 and 200 stacks. Now if you're going towards a Striker set and a Striker build, you want to make sure you're running the chest piece, and yeah, that's why I'm running it. But for the holster, we have gone towards, again guys, weapon damage and crit chance. For the knee pads, we have gone towards weapon damage and crit damage. And for the gloves, we have gone towards weapon damage and crit chance. Again, you guys can probably make a build with all armor and go for armor regen and armor on kill and all of that sort of stuff. But for me, I just wanted to test something out with just full damage. What can I get the most out of this weapon? Okay, so with our one-piece Sokolov, it's actually giving us that 10% SMG damage. Now, you want to make sure you're getting a lot of damage with this, like I just mentioned. So that's why I've gone towards a Sokolov piece. Weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and a mod slot of crit damage there. And for the talent on the backpack, we are actually using Wicked. What does this do? Applying a status effect increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. Yeah, so what actually procs this? Now on our build, we are running the Banshee Pulse. So this is what's gonna proc Wicked. This is gonna synergize with it. This is actually gonna make the NPCs disorientated. They're gonna go on one knee and they're gonna be struggling, okay? And when they do that, you can quickly shoot them, get them out. It's a good way of getting the main boss out of there as fast as possible. You don't wanna play around with him, trust me, him or her. You just don't wanna play around too much. You wanna get them out quick. And this is what's gonna help you a lot. Now, sorry about that. For our Striker Drone, which is our second skill, this is gonna help proc Instinct, because again, we need a skill to proc Instinct, so that's what I'm gonna use. Okay, so as you can see here, you can read it again. All right, that's what Instinct does. Okay, right, so that's why I'm using my 2 skills like that. This is why I've gone towards all these pieces, and this is what's helping the main gun. Now let's go to our stats and let's see what we got going on here. So we're sitting at 59.1% crit chance and 133% critical hit damage. Now remember, that's a good base damage, that's a good start, but remember, our Coyote's Mask is giving us the extra 25% critical hit damage, which is going to enable us to sit at around 158% crit damage. Now that's a lot, it's going to help a lot, we're going to be critting a lot because we're at a high chance, so this is very important. Again, you can, go towards other things to increase your base critical hit damage, but for me, I really just wanted to go towards this kind of setup with the build and see what I can get out of it with the MP7. I'm very happy with the outcome as well. And if you're interested in the armor on kill that we're getting from Gunner, well, we obviously get that 10% and we are sitting at 72k on armor on kill. Now that's not a lot, but it's something. If you're in a panic and you want to get the red NPCs out quickly to get your armor back, then do that. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that is the main stats of the build. That's why I've gone towards something like this. I really just wanted to change it up instead of just, really looking and, diving into the new pieces. And I really just wanted to focus on a gun and then see what I can make out of it. So that's why I've posted this build today. I actually wasn't going to post it, but I thought, you know what? I've actually just gone through this control point, pretty quickly. I've had fun with it. It feels nice. I thought, let me just share this with you guys. So, man, I just want to say, I really do appreciate, again, the people that's just been sticking by it on the channel. commenting, liking my old videos, and I appreciate everyone that's gonna be subscribing today. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it highly. I'm trying to reach 15k by the end of this year. I've got a lot going on, man. I'm very busy, but I'm gonna try my best to keep up on this channel. Also, I do have a second channel called Addiction Plays. It will be in the link in the description. You guys can subscribe to that channel, as well as I will be posting other games on there that is separate from Division, like Call of Duty and any other game that I find interesting. So keep an eye on that channel as well. Thank you again. It's been Division Addiction, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.